Dear Misty, my friend started drag a couple of months ago and she's already trying to do pageants. I honestly feel that she's not ready. I help her so much and she looks great during her pageants because of my help. Should I just let her fall or continue letting her not improve? Oh, and love you, concerned drag sister. Wow, that's a good question. Okay. Pageantry would be the best crash course to learning how to be a good entertainer, because there's a specific formula in pageants, and once you get that formula you can succeed, but it does take a long time. But I say it's a crash course because it's kind of like a race. The more she does pageants, the more she's going to want the look, she's going to want the whatever. I'm glad that you help her, but the weird thing about pageants is, for example, a girl can hire someone to do her hair, hire someone to do her makeup, get someone to make all of her clothes for her, get someone to help her into those clothes, and go out there and win a pageant. It's true. Hair, makeup, everything done by everyone else. The reality is they're the one on stage, they're the one actually modeling the dress, they're the one actually performing their talent, they're the ones answering question and answer. But after they win that pageant, tomorrow, what do they look like when they're walking down the street? Do they look rotted and busted, or do they look like a title holder? And if she, getting your help, looks amazing in pageants, doesn't look amazing on the street, that's where the problem's going to be. And she's going to soon realize that, yeah, she can win a pageant, or she could do pageants, but nobody's going to want to book her because they're not sure which girl is going to show up. The girl at pageants or the girl on the street. And the best thing you can have for your drag reputation is consistency. Recently, I work at the boardwalk on Thursdays, and recently was our anniversary. They had me come in 2 hours early. Bitch, I had hair on, I had makeup on, I was fully made up, and there's another girl that works there, is a beautiful tranny, and she was like, God, you have all this makeup on for this early in the day? And I was like, Mama, I am my own trademark. I am my own reputation. If they hire Misty Eyez, Misty Eyez is going to arrive. I don't want them thinking, oh God, which Misty's going to come today? And that's why I'm very particular about my public persona. I learned that a long time ago, not to be drunk, not to be messy, not to be whatever. Because I want to be me. I want people to know who is coming to their club. I don't want them to know what look I'm going to give, because I like to change my look. I might be blonde, I might be brunette, I might have a lot of makeup, I might have fishing makeup, I might be Adele, I might be a club kid. You don't have to know what I'm doing, but you have to know that I'm going to be done. And that's my reputation. But I laughed and I explained it to her and she's like, oh yeah, I get it. But whereas her, she had no makeup on. But I guess to her it was like, it's too early to put on makeup. Or whatever. Whereas I was like, this is my life. This is my job. Now as for your friend, a lot of drag queens, when I first started doing drag, I felt that there was two types of drag queens. Pageant girls and working girls. The girls that work in the bars do drag sometimes for pageants. The girls that do drag for pageants sometimes work in the bars. The best is when you do both, because that's when you're really going to grow and you're really going to learn. The only way you can get better at doing something is the more you do it. Now, as a good friend, I definitely think that you should let your friend grow and fall on her face, but be there to help her back up, because yeah, if she's not ready to do pageants, she's not going to win. The worst thing that could ever happen to her is that she wins a pageant before she's ready to, because then she's going to think that every pageant is going to be handed to her, and she's going to think that and I say it's the worst because she's going to think that she's already the best. Hopefully, she's not going to be able to win a pageant until she truly does learn and she truly does grow and she truly does get better, because then she'll actually be better and be amazing. But it is devastating. Every time you put yourself out there in front of the audience, in front of the judges, and then you walk home empty-handed, that is so devastating. And then you feel you let yourself down, you let your fans down, you let your sponsors down. It's hard. It truly is hard. But be her friend, help her, hold her hand, and pick her back up off the ground. But the best thing you could do as her true friend is let her figure out her mistakes, show her her mistakes, and be like, yeah, mama, that's why I told you this. You can't tell her she's not ready, but you could show her what she needs to work on. And if she's hungry for knowledge, she's going to learn. Anyways, that was Misty. Loving you, Misty.